So once more, y equal to x, it's equal to half. If you use y equal to negative, it's negative half, exactly like if I explained to you. That's exactly what I want to say. Approaching the limit in 2-dimension or in the dimension, this point x node, y node can be reached from plenty of directions. If the limit exists, all the curves should give the exact same number. But if they are different, gives different values, then the limit doesn't exist. Okay. طبعا it's exactly the same way, the definition, but I wrote it and I've already sent you this part. This is across y equal to 0, it's equal to 0. Across y equal to x, it's half, so the limit doesn't exist. Limits of two variables or functions along a curve. See how parametric representation, it's a lifesaver in this case. If I could make x as a function of t and y as a function of t, and instead of approaching through x and y, I've used the value of t, it will simplify your life. Just approaching certain value in any dimension, but using the advantage of the parametric representation. Instead of moving with x and y, I will move to approach x and y, but with the help of the new variable, which is t. So actually, this is the shape that we are dealing with. This is the function where you have x and y, and that's the value of x and y, vector valued function. But in this case, x and y, both of them are functions in t, and the value of the function will be also a function in t. So you can approach easily using the parametric representation. The directional limits are the limits through certain direction, like y equal to x, like y equal to 0, and so on. The lines passing through a certain point are given by the equation y equal to m of x minus x naught plus y naught. That's an equation of the straight line. So if I want to check this function, he's asking you to evaluate the directional limits at the point along 0, 0, using x equal to y or x equal to negative y. If I'm using these two relations, ده هيديني half or negative half. The limit doesn't exist. So if you are trying to use 0, and if you are trying to use, this is going to be negative half, this is going to be positive half. So simply the limit doesn't exist for this problem, because if you are using various bosses, the limit was not going to equal to the same value. Okay? I will stop right here, but please remark, before you go, remark that on next Monday, I will have to cover the continuity, which we partially took continuity. Why? Because in continuity, all you have to do is to prove that the limit exists and is equal to the value of the function. In this case, it's continuous function. After knowing continuity and the limit, it means I will be able to take differentiability. And once functions are derivative or differentiable, I will be able to take the Jacobian in the case of functions in several variables, the gradient in functions of several variables, and the Jacobians in the directed functions. Okay? This is going to be the topic of next week. Please try to study hard as possible before the next Monday. On next Monday, I will cover the remaining of the lectures. Please, thank you very much.